Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update of my chapter 2 binder. I'm really excited. It's been about 2 months since I showed any updates in my chapter 2 binder and I have made some changes. I put it back in this white 4-ring binder because the rings are bigger and they all fit. I think I've got a card update in every single comeback except for the astronaut and face, so that's exciting. We're going to see a large variety of cards today from D-Day, Hope Edition, Layover, and I have one Indigo. I have one Indigo photo card update. So let's get into it. First, I want to apologize. I'm really sorry if the lighting looks weird. It's literally 7 a.m. and as you can tell by my voice, I am once again sick. I had COVID like 2 weeks ago and now I have some kind of virus. So apologies if it's unbearable to listen to my voice. I get it, but I really wanted to make this video because A, I can't sleep. That's why it's like 7 in the morning because I'm sick. And B, I just haven't been in this binder in a really long time. So I'm excited to show you the updates. This is not the first page. This is me continually forgetting that I need to grab one of my spare astronaut albums from my actual home and grab one of the star posters out of it because that's how I would like to start his astronaut section. And then I think on top of that I will also have some kind of OT7 photo to start the whole binder, but this is definitely not how I want to start the section or the binder. But I just keep forgetting every time I'm home. I'm like, my spare astronaut albums are at my apartment, and it's like, no, they're not. I have to write myself a note the next time I'm home, which unfortunately probably won't be till Thanksgiving, but eventually there will be the star poster here to start the section. Like I said, I have no updates for the astronaut, but here is the section. I might as well just go through everything since this is in a complete new binder, but I do have updates for D-Day. So the last major update that I gave in this binder was me setting up for D-Day, and I've changed it a bit since then to a place that I'm really happy about. This was a really good reminder for me to just trust the process because I really struggled with D-Day, and I think I finally landed on a place that I like it. So I just have to remind myself that even if it doesn't naturally come, I will eventually think of a solution that I'm happy with. So regardless, here's the start of his section, and I decided to do this with the postcards. Yes, I had to cut them, but I like how this looks so much better, and I own so many of these postcards, which I'm sure you're aware of if you know that I have this page of cards that I pulled completely myself. So I had a lot of postcards that I could mess around with.
Yes, I do.
And I ultimately decided that I liked how this looked the best. So these are the 2 postcards from the album. That's the Weverse album, and then this is the UMS pre-order benefit. And that's how I'm starting D-Day. I really like it. I like how all the backs look. I backed the Weverse album with lyrics, so that's what this is, using my 2 personal favorite songs from the album, which are Amygdala and Life Goes On. So that is that first page, and then we have my 9 pocket scar card page. So there's 11 pre-order benefits, I'm pretty sure, because I think I have all of them. I think I have all the pre-order benefits. So this is the scar card page that I love so much, and then I decided to put the remaining 10 in a 5 pocket page. I personally like doing this. I understand why people don't like to put these cards horizontal, but because they were causing me such a problem in the 9 pocket, I didn't like how they looked. I thought I would put them in the 10 pocket, and I'm honestly really excited about this decision because now I can also keep them by category. So these are the US exclusives, this little elle. These are the Japanese exclusives. These are the early bird Korea benefits from Global, and then these are the regular POBs from Global. So I really like how it looks. Totally get if you're not a fan of putting these upright cards sideways, but in this specific scenario, because there was 10 of them, I really like this setup. And I had 10 because I did 9 of these. So this is my solution to D-Day, and I'm very happy with it. This is a Meow Cafe page that I talked about in my last video. I also put like my Dark and Wild OT7 set in here, but I'm really a big fan. To me, the concepts don't look like they clash so much when they're in this format, so I'm very pleased with this update. This page is still the same. It's the regular album page with the PPC in the middle and the Weverse album in the middle. This is still the same. This is the lucky draw page. And then this I do have updates for. So I didn't have these when I did my original video, but they've since come in. So these are the US tour exclusives, but I also got a full set of the Korean tour exclusives because how could I not? These are so cute. So I thought I'd put these ones on this row. And I also decided to get the Japan Holo Lucky Draws because I think they're really cute selfies. And I love this card. It looks like the movie night PC. So I'm really happy to have it in my collection. And there is the other one. So this is this page with the tour venue PCs and then also the Japanese Holo Lucky Draws. And then finally for D-Day, I did find a card that I wanted to get here. It was one of the Army Zone PCs, so I'm going to put this here. Definitely said, I think, in my last solo update video that I wasn't going to get an Army Zone PC. Well, I lied. I caved. Hello, it's me. I thought it would look the best with these kind of more concept-y cards, and it honestly makes me obsessed with this page. I really like how the whole D-Day section looks now. I think I finally made it, to my eyes, look cohesive, and I just really like how it all looks. So that's basically D-Day done, unless there's a vinyl, then I'll do some reorganization or what have you, but that is my completed D-Day section personally. And then I do have some of the larger inclusions behind these cards. So these are more of the album inclusions, and then I do have his tour mini photo cards and then his shirt photo card as well. And that currently wraps up D-Day. I do have a few things that I still have failed to put away, like the on-demand film strip and the 2 cuts from the tour, but I'm struggling with the right pocket pages. I'm out of some of the pocket pages that I want to use for those, so those are on hold and I will put them in eventually. But I think in terms of getting new cards, I'm basically done with D-Day unless there's some kind of new release. Also, I want to apologize again. Like, I can really hear my voice already fading and we've just gotten started, so my sincere apologies if it's horrible listening to me. I totally get it. I just didn't want to wait to film this when I was feeling better because I'm leaving to go out of town on a trip at the end of next week. So if I don't get this video done now, then I'm not gonna have a video for like a month. So I would just rather avoid that. And also I'm just so excited to be updating this with you. So again, I apologize for my voice. Maybe you can just watch me on mute this time. Anyway, we are now into Hobie. So I am starting his section with the Hope Edition poster, this version, and then we start with our regular Jack in the Box. I wanted to keep the original release of Jack in the Box and the Hope Edition basically separate, but because there was no posters for Jack in the Box, I was still gonna start it and end it with the Hope Edition posters anyway. So there's no updates to my regular Jack in the Box section. It still looks the same, and I have the postcards here, and then we go into the Hope Edition. So what I decided to do, because there is a lot of teal in this comeback, is instead of separating what he's wearing by white and black, which I've seen a few people do and I also think looks really good, I'm just gonna focus on the teal colors and the non-teal colors. So as you can probably tell, this is going to be the teal page because there are so many teal cards. And then I'm going to put his early bird PVC in the middle and the rest here. And I'm just going to duplicate this. I have a lot of his regular album photo cards because I bought a lot of the Hope Edition. So I have dupes galore of everything. And that helps me out in this case because then we can continue to do the teal blue look. So I personally really like how it looks. It worked out because I have these two cards. This is a Japan card. This is a regular album card. This is a Japan card. I think this is Japan. This is Walmart. And that's the Weverse exclusive. I'm like 99.9% sure I'm right, but I will correct myself if I'm wrong.
You nice, keep going.
But there's just so much blue that I wanted to give the blue its own page. So that's the first page to the Hope Edition. And then this page does have a sneak, but we're just gonna ignore it because it's the best I could do. This is the non-teal page essentially. So I think it all looks good with the exception of one lucky draw. Should definitely not be on this page, but I'm out of options, okay? And this card really complicated my entire setup because it's the only very bright pink card. and I think it definitely belongs in the middle, so that's where it's going. This is what I ultimately decided on. So these are the 2 pobs, and that's a dupe of the white outfit. These 3 are M2U lucky draws, Target exclusive, and then 2 dupe album cards. This one, definitely the most problematic entry on this page. There's no doubting that, but I'm just gonna ignore it because when I tried to put the dark card on this page, I thought the pink really stood out. So it's like almost perfect to me. If I just focus on the pink right here, I'm like, that's why that's on this page. So that is what I've collected for the Hope edition. I got, I think, all the US exclusives, and then the Japanese pobs, the global pobs, and then 1 set of lucky draws. So it ended up being 2 9 pocket pages, which I'm really happy about, and I like the setup even with the dupes. I think it still looks nice and cohesive, and they don't look too distracting or repetitive to me, just because a lot of his outfits are in the same concept already. So I feel like I really have to look at the card to pay attention, to be like, all right, that's the dupe, that's the dupe. That's just how I see it personally, and I like how the page looks filled. So that is what I decided to do for the Hope edition. And here is the other poster to close out this section. So now we go into Indigo, and I do have 1 minor update actually, but I already did an update, so I'll just point it out to you. Indigo hasn't changed, except I did have to make room for the vinyl card, so I switched out and put the vinyl Polaroid here. I used to have a double of this one here, but now since I have the vinyl, I obviously put this one here, so I have all 3 versions of the album, the regular, the postcard, and the vinyl, which I really like. And then on this page, if you do not remember, which you probably don't, but when I first put away my Indigo lucky draws, I was lamenting the fact that I got sent a dupe from one of the stores. So I had 2 of these cards and not the 3rd that I was missing, and I was just kind of like, I'm gonna have to live with that because I can't do anything about that. But because of the way that I set my cards up, I had always said I wanted to put the vinyl card either here or here, depending on which vibe fits it best. Well, I don't think it fits either of these page vibes, to be honest. So what I decided to do instead is, because I don't need that dupe lucky draw, I just took the dupe one out. I believe it was this one. And I'm just going to put this vinyl PC in the middle. So is it annoying that I have 8 of 9 lucky draws? Yes, but I think that's the best case scenario for having 8 of 9 lucky draws, is the vinyl PC now fits right in the center of the 8 lucky draws perfectly, because it's the same concept. So these are the lucky draws and the vinyl PC, and the photo card back is so cute. So that is Indigo done. I will pass by all of the postcards, but it's nice. I still have plenty of room in this binder for JK's release, so I think I'm probably going to end up keeping the postcards in here. I did say they'd be the first to go if I ran out of room, but the way that it's turning out to be, it looks like I am going to have enough room to have all 7 in one, which is so exciting. No updates to face, but why don't we flip through it, because I love this section. It's still exactly the same. Besides, I guess I removed the merch PC from the back of the postcard and put it in the A5 binder ultimately, but you already knew that if you watched my last video. So we'll just do a quick little drive-by of my face section. And honestly, as we're going into Layover, remind you of how extra I was for face. This is a whole page of dupes, and it opens up into even more dupes. So if that's a little hint to where we're going right now, buckle up.
It's massive.
Here we are. This is going to be my starting for Layover. I really like it because I think the pink hue of this poster really matches the pink of the back of these cards. So that's the poster that I chose to go with Layover to start. So that's how his section starts, and then I put this one on the back. Now, Layover, as I'm sure you are very aware if you're watching this video, has a lot of photo cards. There are a lot of photo cards, a lot of them are non-randoms, and so there's just a lot to deal with, and 5 does not fit well for 9 pocket, it doesn't fit well for A5, and so I was flummoxed what to do for a while. And then the weirdest thing happened. It took me like less than an hour to sort all of my Layover cards, where it took me 6 months to figure out a D-Day setup that I was happy with. I sincerely was just overthinking it, I think. It took me almost no time at all to decide what I wanted to do for Layover and what I thought looked best. So we can get into it. Similarly to how I started face, I'm going to be starting with the more special cards of the comeback, and that's more because in this setup, the more special quote-unquote cards of the comeback are the ones that do not share like concepts. A lot of them, or most of them, are not in the album concepts. There's some exclusives that are in the album concepts, but the more benefit style cards are often not. So that's what's going to fill this first page. And first things first, we have a filler. My actual plan for this is to put the Japanese raffle card. So I'm obviously filming this before all the cards have been released. We don't know what these 6 Japanese lucky draws look like. I will definitely be collecting them, so just take this setup with a grain of salt. It is going to be highly dependent if this setup stays based on if those Japanese lucky draws are concepts or selfies. I have a feeling they're probably, like if I was a betting man, probably going to be concepts like the Korean lucky draws were. In the event that they are not, this page will certainly get reshuffled and the whole section will get reshuffled, but I wanted to show you my initial thoughts and kind of how I worked through it all, because I'm actually really excited and happy with what I landed on. So it's funny to say I'm sorting by concept and this is the whole first page, but like I was saying, these are the cards that don't have like concepts, where basically every other card does. So they all are going on the same page together. And there's the final PVC. So like I said, what I'm going to put here is the Japanese raffle draw. I'm pretty sure it looks like he's wearing a black outfit. I don't exactly remember what the blur looks like at this moment in time, but that was my intention. Darker background, darker background. And then for this page, I thought because these are pretty bright colors, the red, the blue, and the purple, I'd put those in the middle. We've got all 3 PVC cards at the bottom. These are the 2 broadcast cards from his music show. These are the 2 early bird PVC photo cards. I really, really wish they weren't transparent and would stop doing early bird transparent PVC cards, because I do not like them. These images are so cute though, and I'll put up with it, even though I really wish he was just behind a regular wall and it was a regular card. Whatever. And then this is the one album card that doesn't have a matching concept with the rest of the album cards that I also couldn't find a place to go. So if more benefits come out, he's gonna get the boot, especially if the fan meeting, the offline fan meeting that's happening, comes with a photo card. I definitely want to collect it and it'll go on this page and he will get the boot somewhere else. But for now, this is my starting page for Layover, my mix-matched concepts. And so from now on, the concepts will be matched to the best of my ability. And we are starting with the mullet page because I was absolutely obsessed with this look. And there are quite a bit of this card. Similar to Hobie's, where appropriate, I did want to put dupes, because I think doing a concept page the way that I've done it looks really good in a full 9 pocket. I don't think that's always the case. I definitely think I could find fillers that work and aesthetically go with the cards, but personally for me, because I have so many of these albums, I thought that I could just fill in. I think there's 7 of these cards. There's 6 or 7, and so I have a few dupes on this page, but I think it looks really good. So I'm happy to keep the dupes in my life. It'll be a good question though if I can remember without looking at the back what is which. This is one of the lucky draws. These are the Target cards. This is a Japan card for sure. A Japan Pob. I don't remember the rest. Okay, so these 4 must just be album cards. So we've got the dupes here and the dupes here, but I honestly think it blends in really well. I really love this card being the center. It's definitely my favorite of the mullet PCs is this lucky draw. I think he looks so adorable. That is the first page. So this is the mullet page. Big fan. Always pro BTS mullet. I know the mullet can be a controversial card, but I'm usually pro mullet. This next page, I wanted to do this concept. So there's 3 of these cards from 2 of the album versions and then 1 from the Weverse version. The Weverse version is the only one I can remember because it has the most distinct back, whereas the other 3 versions of the album, I absolutely cannot remember which cards come from what set, but here are 3 album cards. And then this is the UMS Pob, this growly little boy. And so I thought I would put him in the middle because This is also the same shoot, but he's obviously the odd one out because he's not wearing a jacket. And on his right side, I'm going to put the other lucky draw that looks like this. Editor me, insert the photo right here. That's the card that's going to go there, but unfortunately I had some Soundwave troubles, and with the New Year holiday, Soundwave just did not get in time, and I didn't want to wait for that package to come past the holiday, so I had to consolidate without Soundwave. Soundwave has since been delivered to my K address, but it will come in the next round because Soundwave was taking absolutely forever. It was driving me nuts. And then at the bottom here, I'm just going to do the 3 cards that came in this concept. This is the Weverse version, so we have some consistency. And there's this page. Editor me, edit that photo back on. But I really like this page. I thought the tones went really well. It's more tan, beige, sunlight on his blonde hair look. I really like this page, and I think the matching lucky draw will eventually go here well. So that is the plan for this page. I really like it. Ignore him. This is actually my friend's Pob. I'm waiting for her to get back to trade. We did not have good pull luck in our go. I actually didn't pull any of those. For the acrylic frame that matches this, I only pulled the Rocky version, and for the PVC I only pulled the Glasses Boy, none of the peace sign Derp Boy. So it was a pretty frustrating release in terms of Weverse shuffling, but you know, that's the game at the end of the day. It happens every now and then, and I've gotten pretty lucky with Pobs, so as annoying as it is that it happens, I can't do anything about it. So it's going to be what it's going to be, and luckily trading for these solo releases has been so easy. It's nice to see trading be back a little bit, even if it's just for the solo releases. It's nice to be able to actually trade for things. So for this page, there's 6 of these concepts, and then there's 3 of these Rocky concepts. If you don't count the one where he's in a different outfit, there's 3 Rocky concepts when he's wearing the leather jacket from the Blue music video. So I really liked how these colors looked a lot. So this is what I went with, and the numbers just worked out perfectly. I absolutely am obsessed with this card. I love that I have 2 cards now, one from Tay and one from Jimin, with them doing finger guns. I think it is so cute. But here is this setup. So this is one of the global Pobs. That's an album card. That's the US Weverse exclusive. That's a global Pob, the other one, so these 2. And one of these is the Target exclusive. Do I remember what it is without looking? I think it might be this one. I think it's this one. Am I right? Let's see. I'm right. Yay. Okay. So that's the Target exclusive, and then the rest of these are just album cards. So you actually got this concept in all 4 versions, including the Weverse album, which is how I ended up with 6 of this concept and how that worked out. But I really like the page, and it's a good test of my memory on which card is which. Okay, we are finally winding down on the concept pages. So this page is definitely the most problematic, one could say, because it does contain the most amount of dupes, but it's just what made me the happiest. And if the Japanese lucky draws come in this concept, then the dupes will be the first ones removed. But for now, with what I'm working with, this was my solution to this page, because there's just a weird amount of him in this outfit. Sometimes wearing the sweater, sometimes not. He's obviously the one that's not the same. So there's 5 individual versions of this outfit, which again, as we've discussed, 5 does not work well in an A5 or a 9 pocket. So I do have an entire row of dupes down here, which I think in terms of the dupes is my least favorite solution to something like this. But these cards, I just feel like really do not match the vibe of anything else anyway. I don't like them on the same page as some of these concepts, so I decided to just give this one its own concept. And while this card is definitely not in concept, this is the only card in which he's wearing this outfit, and it's a similar color green, so I thought it looked good in the middle. Everything on here is an album card except for these. This is the Walmart exclusive photo card, and I have 2 of them, and then this is the Weverse card, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but everything else, as you can see from the back, is just a regular album card. So, like I said, This could be moved around depending on what the Japanese lucky draws look like, but for now, that is what we're working with. And so finally, on our last current page of 9 pocket page photo cards, we have the lucky draws. Of course, as I was saying though, we're missing Soundwave. So I actually only have 6 right now, unfortunately, but I do have Soundwave secured and it'll hopefully be here in the next video that you see where I'm updating this solo binder. I really like that the lucky draws came in these concepts because I am absolutely in love with the concepts of the albums and I'm so happy. I know I'm often not the biggest fan of concept cards, but I just love these lucky draws so much. We got a real Tanny card. This fit, obsessed. I love this card so much. And so the other 3 concept cards with his black hair from Soundwave will go here, or I'll mix up the stores, whatever ends up looking the best. But for now, with only having these 6, I think this is how it looks the best, but I will update it accordingly. And we obviously got a lot of Blonde, and I'm a major supporter of Blonde, but because all the concept photos were taken with the black hair, I'm really excited that we got these concept cards as well. I really could not be more pleased with the concept and the selection of the cards. My only one wish, please, I'm begging, is that someone gives me a photo card of him in the gold outfit from the Love Me Again music video. I think that is my one holdout that I really hope happens. Please. Maybe the fan meeting or one of the Japanese lucky draws will have it. I really hope the gold gets featured somehow, because if it doesn't, I'm honestly gonna have to feature it myself through one of the album pages because everything is perfect. And I love these concepts. I would just really like to see the gold outfit too. But anyway, that is the end of the 9 pockets. So now we can get into all of the oversized inclusions, of which we have a bunch. And if I'm being honest, they're already in pages because it is so hard to plan stuff like this without doing the big inclusions ahead of time, because there's just a mess. There was a strange amount of numbers and I had to make fillers. So I think I'm just gonna put them all in at once and then I will flip through and talk through it with you together. So one moment while I grab those. Okay, we're back. So I decided to do the postcards, trying to keep them in orientation, and I was successful. It was not looking good there in the first half, I'm not gonna lie, but we succeeded in the end, and I'm just incredibly obsessed with how this whole larger inclusion section ended up looking. So I start with these 3 postcards, and this comes from the lyric book. So all of these will have the lyrics in them in order. So we have Rainy Days in blue on this page, and then on this page, this is one of the broadcast postcards. This is one of the acrylic frames from the Global store, and then that's our regular postcard from the album. On this page, we've got Love Me Again, Slow Dancing, and we've got another broadcast postcard. This is actually a placeholder. As I was saying earlier, I had really bad pulls for Layover from Global, and as you can see, we've got one acrylic frame here. I don't have the other. My friend McKinley so kindly offered to send me one of hers, so this will be his place of honor when he arrives because he matches this concept. So I'm going to put the other acrylic frame here, and for now we have a fun Tanny filler that I made. It honestly looks really cute, but I'm excited to have the acrylic frame here eventually, just because I really want the postcard collection to be complete. And then on the back, I put the Weverse album, which will be on the back of the acrylic frame eventually. And then we've got For Us for the lyric pages. I just love how everything worked out so much. And then this is the UMS pre-order benefit. This is the track list, another album postcard, and then this is the Japan fan club photo card holder. I decided to cut off this part because I needed another postcard that was upright, and this was just too cute to pass up. I'm obsessed with the aesthetics of this album. I think it sounds amazing. I think it looks amazing. I love the packaging. I love all the performances he put on, and as always, I can't pick a favorite song. I really can't. I think my top 3 are Slow Dancing, Love Me Again, and For Us, but it just depends on the day. It really does. I love this whole album so much. I hope it comes out on vinyl. It's absolutely no skip for me, and I'm just so proud of him.
You're proud of me?
I thoroughly enjoyed this release. I had such an easy time sorting it, which was such a relief because I was so scared, and actually like feeling it in my hands was so emotional. It was so emotional to finally be holding something that was his solo work. So I'm just really happy. I'm so happy with the album, and I'm so happy with the inclusions and how I was able to set it up. So big love for Layover. And then this is the back. So we've got Tanny on the back, and I am obsessed. This was also a concept that obviously didn't really get fleshed out in the photo cards, and it's the back of this, so I thought that was perfect to have a little nod to that. This is his very sweet letter that comes in all the albums and fits really nice in a 2-pocket page. I still gotta get a sleeve on it eventually, but I'm pretty low on sleeves. And so dupes, you saw all the dupes of all the random album cards I had in Jimin section. So obviously for Taehyung, because there's no randoms in the regular album cards, I decided, because I was sorting by concept, I also wanted to keep a pure set of all of the cards in their specific version, which works amazingly, the 10-pocket page, because there's 5 cards for the 4 versions we have. So apologies, I don't remember which version is which, besides the fact that I know for sure this is the Weverse version, but these were the concepts that didn't have necessarily a direct connection. So this is the first page of the regular album set, and then this is the second page of the next regular album set with the Weverse album. And the Weverse album actually had a matching concept for every single one from this version, so that's why I decided to put these 2 together, and I put the other 2 together the best that I could. But like I said, these are completely in their pure version form, which was important to me because I had gone the concept route. I also wanted to see all the album cards together, and I thought it was a fun way to incorporate the dupes like I did for Jimin section, but without having to put in 25 extra pages of cards. So this is my pure dupe album set, all in the sets. I'm really happy with these pages, and I think they look really good. Those 10 pockets are a lifesaver for these 5 cards. And then last but not least, I did decide to store envelopes because I thought they were really cute and went with the aesthetic well. So here are the 2 darker versions, and then we have the blue version here. This thing is actually a covering from the broadcast gift, so I'm probably going to get this in a sleeve and put in more nicely here, but it's rather long for a 4-pocket, so I just put it behind the blank black envelope, and I will do something with that eventually, but I definitely wanted to store it out so I could see it. And then this is just a filler. This was another concept that I thought was missing from the photo cards, in addition to the gold outfit, was this scuba flipper outfit, and of course the 7 tattoo I wanted to commemorate too. So this is just a filler. If another big thing that warrants a 2-pocket comes out, I'd move this out of the way, but I really liked how the blue looked with this blue envelope. And then on the back of this page is the remaining poster that didn't get featured in the beginning. Also, Tanny. We gotta give a shout out to Tanny. Tanny had a beautiful debut. I could not stop crying at how well behaved he was at that music show. He was so cute. Just walking out on stage like that, it was so funny, and I really love that Taehyung got to incorporate Tanny so much in this comeback. Congrats 5th Gen soloist Kim Yeon-tan, like you absolutely killed it. But I'm just really happy that Taehyung got to incorporate his dog so much in this comeback, because it's so him. It's so him to have Tanny everywhere. So nary a Weverse post from this man pop up that you don't see Tanny's face. So it was just so fitting that his first debut album incorporated so much of what he loves. This dog. So I had to give him his own little page too. Anyway, that is the end of Layover, and then we will have JK's debut, which at the time of filming this isn't announced, but honestly, the way that we're living life these days, kids, it could be announced any day. It could be announced today. It could have been announced while I was filming this video. Gotta stay awake in Borderland, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna do a quick little flip through of Layover so you can see it all together and the vision really quick. Yay, and that is the end of the official Layover section. I could not be more happy with the way that this binder is shaping up to be. So that is technically the end of the video, but if you know me and you know what I did with face, then you know what's coming next. Feel free to click out if you don't want to see this, but similar to face, I do of course have an extension collection of Layover. Here are my extension collections for face and Layover. Jimin and Taeyong are my alts, so I did go a little extra for both of them, and I wanted to keep everything that I collected during their comeback so I could commemorate it. You've already seen my face one, so I will get it out of the way. As you can tell, I haven't had time to do the Layover deco yet, and I will warn that this is a pretty full binder. I was very worried that I wasn't going to be able to fit everything. Currently, this is every Layover card that I bought is in this extension collection, but if you remember, I have Soundwave coming, which means I have 15 more album cards to fit, which would be about another double spread. So I think this binder is probably at its limit. I'm going to try to put the Soundwave ones in when I get it, but we'll see. So once again, I start with a broadcast envelope, and I want to do that because I just don't want this seal, as beautiful as it is, to impress on anything. So it gets to start the binder and it gets to be covered by the harder cover page. And then this is the only exclusive card I think in the entire binder. This was an extra Target because I bought all 3 versions at Target, and so he lives here, but everything else is an album card. So I will just rip through it really quickly because it's not like you didn't already just see all of these cards multiple times. But I just wanted to show off that yes, I did make an extension collection for Layover, and I just about can fit everything in it. We'll see for the lucky draws. Like I said, I'm hopeful, but it is 2 extra spreads because it'll be 15 cards, so we will see. This binder is definitely at its breaking point. I don't think anything is in danger, but it might be if I add another page. So we will see. And I really like that my face one has a friend now. So there are my face and Layover extension collections. This one is a wee bit chunkier, as you can see, but that's okay. I think it'll all be safe, and I just think these are really fun to store together on the shelf. So that now is the end of the video. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like this video if you did enjoy. You can comment if you would like to, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I sincerely thank you all for putting up with my sick voice this entire video. Let's hope that the beach next week cures me because I'm so tired of feeling sick. But anyway, I hope you're all having a good day, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.
Get the hell out.